Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. You know, so many times during the day, you find yourself waiting in line to catch a bus, waiting in line to catch online in a store, in a bank, waiting in line for a davish b'gedusha lahavdil. There's always waiting for the person ahead of you, even in driving, during driving. And the question is, what is the halach? Is there a halachic view of being first, being second? Does that count for anything? So, who goes first? Let's start with a very fascinating thing that's brought in the Siddur of Beis Yaakov from Rabbi Yaakov Amden, and page Tuf Ayin Aleph. In Siddur Beis Yaakov, he brings a very fascinating thing about a Roman general or Roman guard that was describing Behispilus, how he watched the Yidden wait online on Yud Nissen, and they were in line, must have been in front of the person, in front of the group that was selling kavasim, shepselach, that every Yid needed to be part of a Korban Pesach. So you can imagine the madrash, everybody's looking for a qualifying good Korban Pesach. So there was a line of people waiting to choose their korban, to buy an animal for a korban. And this Goyish Roman was amazed how civil the line was. Nobody stooped, nobody pushed, and everybody understood whoever came first is first, whoever is late, and first come, first serve. And he describes it like this: there was nobody came and said, you go first, let me go later, you go later, I was here. There was no fights, shah, still. Afilu hoya achroin shloima or David Malkon, even if the last one in the line was Shloima HaMelech or David HaMelech, it's like everybody, young and old, stood, shah, still, respectful, and waited for their turn. Now, the story goes on that this guy himself was shocked because he saw honorable-looking people and simple-looking people, and nobody gave away, stood up for the guy behind him who might have had a long white beard and been a great tzaddik. And he wanted to know, what is this all about? And actually, the Chachamim answered him, this is specifically when you're standing to buy a mitzvah, when you're dealing with matters of religion, matters of Yiddishkeit, there's no one better than the other. Every Yid is equal. So therefore, what your description that even if David or Shlomo HaMelech were in the back of the line, they would have stayed in the back of the line, is true, because we're all equal in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That was a beautiful description. Yet, we find in a couple of places that first come, first serve is a halachic matter. The Mishnah says in Yuma that Bimei HaMikdash, in the time of the Beis HaMikdash, Kol ha'roitze litrei mesem mizbeach toidem. Anybody who felt, I want to do the Teruma Sedeshin. I want to clean up the Mizbeach. I want to be part of this. So anybody who had the urge to do that would go ahead and do it. Bisman shakoinim merubim. When many people showed up, we didn't need so many people. So, and there's too many people, so only a few could do it. Hein rotzen. There would be a race. Whoever can make it to the top. V'chol hakoidim zocha. And whoever got first to the top, to where the Teruma Sedeshin has to be done, he gained the rights to do it that day. So we see, first come, first serve, applies in many matters of halacha. In the Gemara in Ksubis, we find a case of a Yavam and a Yavama, where there's a certain financial gain that they could both have rights to. And the Gemara also said, whoever grabs it first, whoever gets to touch it or take it first, has the rights on it. We find that when B'tzedek Tishbeit Asamisecha, that a dayan, when a dayan is hearing cases, different dintairas, different disputes, and there's a line of people, he's not allowed to show favoritism to any way. If the first case that was scheduled or came in early, that's the case that he has to hear first. And even though somebody special might have come a little later, but you have to First come, first serve. There is a Gemara in Sanhedrin. The Gemara in Sanhedrin says like this: Im shtei sfinos oivreis benar. If two boats are in the waters, and they came to a meitzar, they came to a area where both boats cannot make it through together. One has to let the other one go first. Who has the din kedima? Which one could get to the port, has the right to claim to get to the port first? So the Gemara goes down and breaks it down and says, okay, here's a little difference, because you both got to the closing area at the same time. So it's not one came first. If one would have come first, you have the din kedima. They came simultaneously to this closing area. Now, who comes first? So here's where we have to use the chachmas hapshara. We have to use another method how to help out the situation. And here you see how the Torah deals with the feelings, and the Torah is very realistic who to allow to get an upper hand. So the Gemara says, if there are two boats and one boat is empty and one boat is full, loaded with things that are important, let the one that's carrying all those things come in first. If they're both carrying equipment and things that are needed, give the boat that's coming from furthest away, give them the rights to come to park first. So we see that, yes, din kedima, and we know this is besides honor, respect that you give to a Talmid Chacham, you give to a Kohen, that those are halachic issues. But we're talking about two of the same who are trying to make a seder, and in many things in life, as waiting for a line in the bank, sitting in a bus, etc., and etc., even al pi Torah, the fact that you show up, the fact that you're there first is something that has to be honored, and something that you cannot just take away from somebody else because he has rights to that thing first. Yeshikoyach, and please join us again next week.